Hello, hello, hello. It's Keita Williams, founder and chief strategist of Successfully. Successfully is an elite accountability practice, so that makes me your personal professional butt kicker. Apologies for the technical difficulties. It seemed like my countdown clock was counting for me, but not for y'all. So there's an awkward period where I'm staring longingly into the camera. But nevertheless, these things happen when you go live. And so before we get into all the goodness I want to cover today, I do want to do a special shout out to my blue eyeliner, my electric blue eyeliner. I don't think blue eyeliner gets enough credit. So special shout out to my blue eyeliner. Um, and I'm celebrating, I'm a Leo. And so I have been celebrating the entire month of August. My birthday is not until Saturday, till the 20th. And so it's make no mistake that I have been telling anyone that'll listen that my birthday's coming up. and, and that it's happening, so no one has any excuse not to send me a message, text me, DM me, comment. You have no excuse. I've been yelling about it since August 1st. Okay. And so in addition to it being my birthday week, it's also my third anniversary of being full time in my coaching practice. And so you can do the math on this. I won't tell you, but you can do the math. And so one of the big motivating factors for me to make that transition from being a part-time coach or a side hustler, emerging entrepreneur to shifting to working for myself full time was turning 40. 40 was such a big motivator for me to make the move. And so my 40th birthday was like August 20th of 2019. My last day in corporate was August 19th of 2019. So right there under the wire. But so I am celebrating that because even weathering a global pandemic, financial upheavals, all the things that we've experienced in the last 3 years that none of us could have predicted. I am very grateful and inspired and happy to be here to celebrate with you all, to share what I've learned in the journey, and to provide some resources that I wish I would have had when I started this process. So I think that, um, there were definitely some twists and turns to the narrative, and it wasn't as smooth and easy as I would have liked. But I will say that I am so grateful for all of the opportunities that entrepreneurship has provided for me, the freedom and flexibility. The opportunity to create an impact in a very meaningful way, to pick and choose who I work with, when I work, how I work, and how I show up in the world. It's just been an amazing, amazing, amazing experience, and I'm so grateful that this is what I get to do every day. So like when I talk about this transition, I do have to recognize and have to recognize and acknowledge that it takes a whole village to make a move like this. It takes a whole village. It takes a whole village, and it didn't happen in a vacuum, right? It didn't happen in a vacuum. So I do speak from a place of privilege in that I had a very supportive family, a very supportive mentor that helped make this possible, very supportive coaches, very supportive friends. Who may not have always understood what I was experiencing, but would always consistently check on me to see where I was with things and celebrate with me on the other side of taking on this big goal. Yeah, so I know that I'm speaking from a place of privilege, but I do want to remind you that even if you don't have a supportive family, even if you don't have the right network or the right people in your space or the right folks to hold you accountable, you do have this community. And we are here to cheer you on. We're here to celebrate with you. And more importantly, we're here to help you strategize so that we can shorten the distance between you and your goals, right? And so thank you so much. So in addition to all the goodness that I'm going to share with you, I do want to flag for you all to watch this space. We're doing a very special birthday giveaway. We have put together, I've been really excited about this for a while, and we've put together this whole online course. And so my gift to anybody in this community, anybody watching that has a newer coaching practice, I want to help you make that first 10K in your coaching practice. So if you want access to this birthday giveaway before it officially goes live on Thursday, comment happy birthday, reach out to your personal concierge, Lucille. We are so excited. We want to share it with you. We want to help you get that first 10K fast. So reach out if you want in on that birthday gift that I'm giving y'all. I did get like 2 birthday presents already. I did. And one I already did an unboxing video for. The other unboxing video will be up shortly. So when I was thinking about this transition out of corporate to working for myself full time, there was a tool that I used that is pretty straightforward. It's really easy. It's really simple. And besides having the supportive family, supportive coaches, the right network, a really amazing mentor that helped make this possible, there was a tool that I used, and it's a dirty 5-letter word: track. I tracked everything. I tracked everything. And tracking gets a really bad rap because it is one more thing you have to do. It's one more thing you have to do, right? And it's a habit that you have to form. It's a habit that you have to form. It's one more thing you have to do daily, multiple times a day. I would say at least twice a day, once a day at minimum, but tracking your progress for any goal, not just your transition out of corporate. Any goal, tracking is so critical, and it gets a bad rap because we don't want to admit to our shortcomings, right? We don't want to admit to what we haven't done. We don't want to admit to what we have done that didn't go as planned, right? We don't want to document those things, but it's so important. All right. And so when I think about this whole space of tracking and using this dirty 5-letter word track to make this transition, there are 3 things that I did to make my transition a lot easier. So the first thing, besides gathering my community, I kept the big goal in front of me. I kept the big goal front and center. There wasn't a place in my house that I could not go at that time that did not reflect my goal back to me. So it was a screensaver on my phone. It was a screensaver on my laptop. There were I used dry erase marker on my bathroom mirror. It was in my wallet. It was a little note in my wallet. And actually, I turned my living room. I took the art off the wall. I turned my living room into a big calendar. I turned my month by month calendar. It was up on the wall with the 3M, sticky stuff that doesn't damage your walls. It was up. It was I was it 11 by 17 printouts of each month. And August 19th, there was a big sticker on the 20th, which was my 40th birthday. There was another sticker on the 19th, which was when, I was tracking towards that. And every week I had my benchmarks. There were stickers. I love stickers. It was a whole thing. I turned it into a wall art. Took up a whole wall. So every time I walked into the living room, it didn't matter what was going on that day, I had to look at my progress. Right? And so I kept that goal in front of me. I also told my mom, I gave my mom an assignment to follow up with me on it. Like, hey mom, this is what I'm doing. Your job is to stay on top of me about this. So mama had an assignment, and nobody follows up quite like mom. So yes, I kept the goal in front of me. So like if you're ready to make this move, keep it in front of you and make it really clear. I will resign by this date, or I will earn X amount of dollars so I can resign by that date. Right? Keep it in front of you. The other thing was, besides it being in front of you, make it interactive and something you enjoy. Now, I enjoyed the stickers. I was that kid in kindergarten. Give me that gold star. Give me my gold star, ma'am. I didn't come here to play with you. Give me my gold star. I was that kid. So I had really fun stickers. It was really something that I got. It was kind of like you get that endorphin rush when you scratch something off your to-do list. Putting that activity sticker up on my calendar was refreshing, and being able to look at where I missed something, or when I had a bad week, it was a visual representation with my stars. There was a special sticker when I got a new client. There was a special sticker when I got a corporate client. There were all these different categories of stickers, right? So it was interactive, it was enjoyable, it was fun to me, and every time I walked into the living room, I could see it. Every time. Every time I stepped into the living room, I could see my progress at a glance. And when my friends would come over, they'd be like, "What is happening here?" It wasn't about them. It was about what I needed to see. What I needed to see, so that I could stay on track, right? And so, yeah, there are folks that made fun of my gold stars and my calendar in the living room. I got the goal done. Still rocking. You know? So make sure it's something you enjoy. If you like the old school, you remember when we were in high school and we were fundraising for the homecoming dance, how you had the thermometer and you had to fill it up and then you blew the top off of the thermometer. If that's what you need, go for it, right? If you need like a 12 days of Christmas, some interactive calendar where you get a piece of candy or a toy every time you hit a benchmark, you get to open the little interactive, something you enjoy, something that's going to inspire you, that's going to make you want to take that next step, right? That's going to inspire you to make that next step. That's going to, give you a short term win. So I liked my stickers. And if you look at my planner today, I still very much I use a Clever Fox planner. I love my stickers. I love my stickers. Jen, our operations manager, sends me stickers and monogram things all the time because I enjoy them. They make me happy. And so, so think about what is going to give you that level of enjoyment, right? Like if it is, I had a client that would track by moving marbles from one. She had these really nice containers. So like every time she contacted someone that was an ideal client, she moved a marble from one really nice dish to the next dish, and she could see her progress over time, right? And so like whatever it is, whatever that looks like for you, do it. We want that goal in front of us. We want to touch it every day. We want There's something about that beyond an Excel sheet, kind of really having some physical manifestation of that activity, of that tracking activity, that makes it so much more enjoyable, right? So I want you to figure out what'll give you that win, what'll feel good for you. What is that? Is it a thermometer? Is it a calendar? Is it a big wall calendar? Is it moving marbles? Whatever it is, that will be that physical representation of your progress towards the goal. And then finally, the final thing, and then I'm going to scoot on out of here. I'm going to scoot on out of here, is don't redact your tracking. So you know how like in the super spy movies, they get the redacted documents and there's like these black marks over specific words. There's only so much information that's shared. Don't redact your tracking. Be honest. Be honest about your tracking. If you have a bad day, that's data. If you have an incredible day, that's data. You have to kind of take your emotions out of it. You got to take your emotions out of it and just know that it's a statement of fact, because it's data. It's data, right? It's just information that you can use to inform your choices in the future, right? Because like if you have an amazing week, it was probably 6 weeks of really great work that led to 6 weeks of rock solid consistency that led up to that banner week, or maybe it was months, right? Or If you had a really bad day, what were some of the things that led to that bad day? Like for me, I have a bad day if I don't get my Kita time in the morning. If I don't have my 90 minutes to myself to do what I need to do, which is exercise, pray, meditate, set my intentions for the day, and more importantly, gear up to people. Gear up to, I might be an extrovert, but I got to get in the mood for people. So I know if I don't have that, I have a bad day. That's easily resolved. And that's something within my scope of control, right? And so I want you to really think about the reason you're tracking is to inform decisions. It's just data. So don't redact it. Don't skip a day because you had a bad day, or just like, I know when I used to be on Weight Watchers, if I ate chips, I wouldn't track it. I wouldn't track that whole day. But all of this is information to inform your future decisions. So please do not skip the tracking because you had a bad day, or skip the tracking because you're so busy celebrating you didn't capture a good day. Track regardless of if it's a good day or a bad day. And I want to assure you that don't just think of this as one more thing to do. Don't just think of it as another obligation or another task I'm giving you. Daily tracking towards your goal is the ultimate gift of self love and commitment. Why do I say that? You care enough. You care enough about this goal to show up and hold yourself accountable. You care enough to invest that 3 minutes. I promise you, unless you are literally going for it with the stickers, it probably takes 2 to 3 minutes a day to track, maybe even 90 seconds, depending on what type of tracking you're doing. You care enough about this goal. You care enough about yourself. You care enough about your future self and what you're building that you're going to hold yourself accountable and spend that 2 minutes to capture that information, and to capture that information so that you can achieve the goal but make better choices in the future, so that you can even leapfrog towards your goal because you have enough information to avoid those pitfalls, right? I could tell you, like, just as we were in the last, I want to say 45 days to my big goal of transitioning out. We were in the last maybe 30, 45 days, and a big project fell through. A big project fell through, something that I've been pitching and working on for months. It was supposed to happen in September. It got delayed, yada, 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 whatever was going on there. And I was kind of thinking, okay, well, we got to do something, because I'm tracking, I'm looking at it very closely. I didn't wait until until the big project was completely off the table to do something. I made a radical action. I took radical action for a radical outcome. And so I sent out a bunch of emails and said, "Hey, my 40th birthday is coming up. And I have the goal of goal setting with 40 new people in 40 days." I sent this to all of my good contacts, my corporate contacts, my friends. I sent this note out like, this is help me achieve my birthday goal. I ended up goal setting with over 700 people. Over 700 people in less than 40 days. And that one radical action, sending that out, executing on that, we spent time in New York. We spent time in Belize. We spent time in Savannah, Georgia. We spent time here in Seattle. We had all these different workshops and touch points, that just had this explosive impact on the business that we're still feeling to this day, 3 years later. If I hadn't had that data, if I hadn't looked at, if my tracking wasn't in front of me and my goal wasn't in front of me, I wouldn't have been able to make that quick decision on how we're going to get an influx of new leads and new projects, what we needed to do quickly to make this happen. And so I want to encourage you that tracking is a form of commitment. It's a form of self-love. It's a form of investing in your future. So with that, I never like to leave this live stream without extending an invitation. I want to extend an invitation to you that if you are stuck, if you're trying to figure out what's that game plan, what are the actions I need to take in what order, or what is that freedom number look like, I want to encourage you to book out and reach out and book a strategy session. And you can do that at successbully.com/call. You can also connect with your personal concierge, Lucille, if you need to find resources or you need to get special one-on-one time, or if there's something big you got coming up and you just want to get some time with us to talk about that. So also, make sure you comment happy birthday in the comments. Like I said, we have a special birthday giveaway. I want to help you make 10K in your coaching practice ASAP. So reach out if you want to get access to that very special training that we put together. Once again, I am Keita Williams, founder and chief strategist of Success Bully. Let's get after it.